Hey, what's up guys? It's Andrew here from Pennant Players back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about an indicator known as Bollinger Bands. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share for more. So what are Bollinger Bands? Well, Bollinger Bands were developed by a guy in the 1980s to track the movement of the price per share of a stock or equity using a complicated formula, but essentially using period and standard deviation. But that's not necessarily as important as how to utilize them in your trading. So without further ado, let's talk about how do we utilize Bollinger Bands in our trading to win in the stock market. Well, for starters, how do they look? Well, the Bollinger Bands, you're going to have three different bands. You're going to have an upper band, a lower band, and a middle band. You can see this highlighted here in red, blue, and purple respectively. So the red band is obviously your upper band, purple being your lower band, and blue being your middle band. So what you're going to want to find here is your buy and sell points. So now this is just one indicator. So what we always like to say here at Pennant Players is to not only use one indicator, but rather use many indicators as essentially pieces of the puzzle. It's not just a one and done, because that can provide a very inaccurate picture of the stock, movement, the price action, and how it can possibly move in the future. So what we're going to want to see here while using Bollinger Bands in conjunction with other indicators is a hit of the lower band, and which would be your buy point, and a sell at the hit of the upper Bollinger Band. Now, the other way is to use this when looking at breakouts. So a cross above the Bollinger Band would indicate a potential breakout that's happening. So with the first style, I have a great example here of DSS. Tends to follow the Bollinger Bands pretty accurately in the first method of utilizing it, and also has one period of right here of the second method. So we'll talk about that right now. Take this for instance. You see this going down, and you see it touch the Bollinger Band right here. So it touches the Bollinger Band, lower Bollinger Band in purple. Now you're going to want to think to yourself that now this is at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and the Bollinger Band acts essentially as a channel. So right here, you could have bought and then sold at this later date for 17% profit. So we can see touched here and then touched it on the upside here at about 16% profit. So that's one way to utilize them. Another example would be here. We can see it's channeling within these Bollinger Bands. So it hits it down here, hits the lower Bollinger Band. So therefore it has to then touch the upper Bollinger Band. So potential buy point here at $6.90, and a potential sell point when it hits this Bollinger Band here at $9.29, a 35% profit, which would have been possible utilizing these Bollinger Bands. So it's actually a pretty simple concept, is to really just buy when it hits the lower portion of the Bollinger Band and then sell at when it hits the upper band. So again, you're going to want to utilize this in conjunction with other indicators to paint a more accurate full picture of the price movement and the price action to really gauge what's going on here, but it certainly can be very useful. The second way you can use these Bollinger Bands is on a breakout. So how do we indicate a breakout? Well, we'd indicate a breakout using Bollinger Bands on a break either above or below the upper or lower band respectively. So what I mean by that is here we can see a sharp upward movement in price and a break of the Bollinger Bands right here. So we can see this price hit it and then followed through at around this $8.40 mark. So let's zoom in here a little bit. So we could see it broke here, broke through this Bollinger Band at about $8.50, then continued to ride this up into this nice breakout, leaving a potentially 50% profit. So that style, it can be a little bit more risky. I tend to like to use them on the first method, which is to buy on the lower touch of the lower band and sell at the touch of the upper band. So I hope this helped. Again, please be sure to use this in conjunction with other indicators. I hope this brief overview on Bollinger Bands helped. Please be sure to stay green, guys.